So today's review is going to be a lot quicker than normal because I have to wash my hair. And if you have natural hair, you understand that washing natural hair means that I'm going to be spending a good 10 hours on my hair. But I wanted to get these reviews out to you guys because I like the community that we're building here. And so I just want to say thank you for commenting and sharing. And I hope to keep this up. I desire to keep this up. So that's why I'm here doing a review on my natural hair wash day. That's love. This episode opens up with Yandy finishing her conversation with Kimbella and Juju about not being married to Mendices, and she's talking about all the reasons why, and she makes this comment that she's a hit away or a scandal away from being a billionaire, and I'm like, really? You know what I mean? Like, Yandy, I like you. You know, I've always liked you since the beginning of Love and Hip Hop. Let's not lie and let's not fluff up our storylines. Because if you are a hit or a scandal away from being a billionaire and you fell in love with a dude doing an 8-year bid, something wrong, sis. Something wrong. Then we cut to Mariah Lynn, who's meeting at the nail salon with Cardi B. And Cardi B, Cardi B or just anyone, if you're going to get your nails done, wearing a very short bodycon dress is just offensive to do to your nail tech, especially if you're getting a pedicure. It is unfair for them to have to witness or smell your genitals while they're doing your nails. So just wear some pants, a nice short something. Keep that covered. When Cardi B got in and was pulling that dress down to, get her pedicure, I was just like, oh, that poor nail tech. The visual. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong or terrifying about her vagina. I'm just saying she shouldn't have to see it while she's doing her work, or she shouldn't have to see like close coochie thigh. Like it was, ooh. No. Mariah Lynn and Cardi are talking about their sisters basically having like freeloaders. I don't know if this is maybe for a later storyline, but I was just like, this is horrible the way they're speaking about their family members. Like, Mariah Lynn, I don't think your sister wanted, VH1 viewers to know that she had a little drug addiction. I was just like, wow, y'all are telling y'all family business and then y'all talking about your sisters in a loving way. That's fine to have that conversation, those inside conversations about how trifling a sibling could be in a joking manner, but I don't feel like you should put that on the national stage because you might be joking or, poking fun at them, but a viewer might take it personally or, really think that that's how they are. So be careful about that. Your siblings are better than me. Because let me tell you something, if I was Mariah Lynn's sister and I watched this episode back and she did all that talking, I would be like, oh, honey, you can keep them checks. I'll do for me. Because what you're not going to do is help me out and then trash me in front of the Love and Hip Hop cameras. No, sir. No, ma'am. Then we get this geriatric creep squad scene. Listen, maybe it's time for the creep squad to be moved out of Love and Hip Hop New York, because this scene, the reoccurring scenes of the Creep Squad throughout this episode was so unnecessary. We don't care. Mona Scott Young. We do not care about the Creep Squad. We don't. They are not important. It's so embarrassing. And Peter Guns, you have kids who are older, like kids who are in their 20s. It is very embarrassing to see your parent like try to fake the funk of like this roughness, like this important clique. Nobody knows what the Creep Squad is. Nobody wants to know what it is. You guys are not the mafia. You're not connected. You're not tough. Nobody is afraid of you. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all sitting there with cigars, mean mugging. It's a joke. You guys look ridiculous. Please end this Creep Squad. It's just like this straight black Afro-Latino clique of corny dudes. Like, stop it. Y'all are too corny and too old for this. Y'all are playing yourselves. Then Peter says that he's mad at Cisco because Cisco stopped him from getting money. Like, he was going to go do a show and Cisco called the promoter and said don't do a show with him for like for $10,000 or however much it was going to be. The only thing I have to say about that is who was paying $10,000 to see Peter Guns perform? Who? Who? Amina? Jay Adrian is back. That means we're going to get a Jay Adrian and Snoop storyline. I thought this was over. Ugh. Then our girl Remy, my favorite on the show, she meets with my other favorite, Juju, and they have this, discussion about women and careers. And Remy is telling Juju that Papoose, Black Love, is trying to get her pregnant, and she's not ready because her career is starting to pop off. And she's talking about how she needs to bring somebody in. Throughout this entire episode, Remy has been teasing that she's brought somebody on to manage her because she doesn't, because the lines are being blurred between Papoose being her husband and then being her manager. So she's been teasing that she hired somebody, and I feel like the person that she hired is Juju. I mean, maybe it was said in this episode, but I didn't see it. I feel like she hired Juju to be her manager. We might find out later on in the season, but I think it's Juju. Then we cut to Yandy. How the mighty have fallen. She's watching this video about Mendices right before he went to jail. I'm not laughing. It's so ridiculous. It's like you get an opportunity to get out of not saying that the hood is bad, but it's hard. Living in a hood is very, very hard. And for people who get the opportunity to get out and they still do like hood rat stuff, it's so pathetic. Like, you have an out. You know how hard it is for us who are still in it, and you have an out, and you just waste your opportunity. So she's crying over this video of him, and she calls him, and while she's speaking to him, she starts telling him about the baby mama drama and how the girls aren't letting him see the kids. And then he's like, well, you said that Amir was a break baby. And she's like, I wouldn't say that. Why would I say that? This is my thing. Yandy, God bless your heart, but those are not your kids. Those are Mendices' kids. You are not legally his wife. You have 2 kids of your own and a business. That's what you need to be focused on. I mean, I feel like your love for them is, I don't want to say too much, but you need to fall back. You did not give birth to those kids. Those are Mendices' children. You are the stepmom. You have to stay in your lane. I'm not Team Erica, and I am not Team Samantha, but I will say that you do not know how to stay in your lane when it comes to being the stepmom. If they don't want you to see them boys, you're not going to see them boys. It is what it is. That's Mendices' problem at the end of the day, because those are not your children. You are doing way too much, Ma. If the children that you birthed by Mendices don't ever see them boys again, oh well, life must go on. Live your life and stop being concerned about them kids that you ain't pull out your own vagina. Nah, honey, live your life. Then she tells Mendices that she didn't send off the paperwork, and she was telling her girlfriends about it. So I didn't know that Mendices didn't know that she didn't send off the paperwork. So he's finding out that he's not legally married. He's just like, why didn't you do it? And she's all, restitution. Truth be told, is restitution and child support and some other things that he got going on. Bottom line, Mendices, your credit is a mess, and Yandy don't want to mix it up. Because Mendices said, well, I'm doing time already, so that case is closed. It's already taken care of. They're not going to come after you for that. So I don't know what's going on. What is the truth, Yandy? What is it? What's going on? Do you not really want to be married to this dude because he got some issues going on financially? Or do you just always want to have that out? I feel like you just want to have that out. That's what I feel. I feel like you kind of know what kind of dude this is, and you don't want to be legally wrapped up into him if he comes out of jail and he's still the same dude that has like babies on you and still is slinging crack rock. I really feel like Yandy is doing this as an out. I don't think it has anything to do with the money or the child support. I think it's just her way out. She knows that Mendices' credit is a mess. He got a lot of baby mama drama, and I feel like this is her out. So if she's done with this relationship, she can just jump ship. She don't have to go through all that paperwork, and she don't got to lose no money. Smart, messy, good TV. Then we have this scene with Snoop and her twin. They're over here rapping, and Jay Adrian walks in, and she tries to fake cry to win Snoop back. And I don't care. I don't care about this couple. I don't care about this storyline. Snoop and Jay are probably really nice people. They are just boring on this show. First of all, Snoop in this accent, this Baltimore accent, but she sounds like she's from Flatbush. I'm so confused with this. Like, even during that prayer, Heavenly Father, I just want you to know. I'm like, what? I'm from Philly. I know, I've been to Baltimore. I know Baltimore people. If anything, they sound more southern than like this Bronx me here. Like, what was really good? Like, I don't know. Maybe she took her Wire character way too far and did way too much method and just pulled from like all these gangster films and just became engulfed. I don't know what it is, but I'm just saying I've never heard a person from Baltimore speak like that. And I'm close to be more. Close. Also, Mona, next season, can we stop the gay for play? We have to stop having these fake gay people on your shows. It's embarrassing. And I'm saying that as a straight. Because the problem is, I realize you're trying to reach a certain demographic. Like, you want to have everybody represented on this show, and that's smart because diversity is money, more money. You know what I mean? You got a white person on the show, or white people. I guess Mariah Lynn is like the white character along with Drewski, but Mariah Lynn is Puerto Rican. I've never considered them to be white. Are they considered white? I don't know. I'm not getting into it. I realize you have to have, or you desire to have Snoop on there to represent the gay community. I get it. I understand. But J. Adrian is not gay. Okay? I knew she wasn't gay from day one on the show. And I'm not gay, but I'm gay for Snoop. Oh, and then it didn't help that the Love and Hip Hop casting call was all over Twitter for her character. So there are authentic gays in the music industry. You can find somebody who, you know what, never mind, because in saying that, I just realized the gay and trans people that you've hired on this show, and they have not been good representations. Maybe get a gay, lesbian, transgender, somebody from the LGBT community to work on casting if this is the demographic that you want to reach, because you guys are hiring the worst representations for the gay community, in my opinion. I just feel like you can do so much better, because I feel like they're an important demographic. Like, there are gay people in the music industry. There are gay people in hip hop. And I do believe that storyline needs to have a voice. I just feel like the voices that you're picking are weak, stereotypical, and just not a proper representation to come out the gate for the demographic that you're trying to reach. I feel like when you're first starting off, you need to aim high, and then when it becomes normal, then we can get like the low hanging fruit. But right now, I feel like it needs to be an exemplary role model for the LGBT community represented on this show, just because it's still new and taboo. Then Mariah Lynn meets with her sister and her nephew, who she's taking care of. And she talks about how they're having issues and how she doesn't want to have issues, because when they do have issues, their mom tells the girls that it makes her want to get high. First of all, I have two problems with this. First problem, do not allow an addict to guilt trip you into living a certain way to appease them. An addict is going to get high whether they want to or not. It is not your fault if you and your sister have a disagreement. Your sisters, you're going to fight till the day you die. It is what it is. Do not allow your mother to manipulate you with her addiction. If she want to get high, she's going to get high. And she probably just wants to use it as a reason to get high, as her out to getting high. Don't allow her to manipulate you, Mariah. No, don't do that. My second issue, again, is my issue with all my reality TV shows. I tune in to laugh, to have a good time. You know, maybe to get some information and some cool fashion advice, and maybe look up a good weave closure. I don't tune in for like addiction stories and tears and, addicted older women and crack babies and things. No. Life is hard enough. This is an escape. Keep it ratchet. Keep it funny. Keep it light. Keep the crack off of my reality TV. Please. Then Black Love, Remy and Papoose have a cute little ghetto picnic. And Remy just reveals to Papoose that she doesn't want him to manage her anymore. She hired somebody else temporary to manage her. Again, I think it's Juju. Why are we teasing? Why are we teasing who it is? This is so weird to me. Maybe it's not Juju, but I feel like it's Juju. Who knows? Then we have this baby mama brigade who is meeting about their clothing line, because they came together to do this clothing line because they want to be able to provide for the children. If you want to do this clothing line, get off of this show. I realize that it's like I said before, reality TV for reality people who are unknown is a very good commercial for you. You guys either need to get off this show or change your storyline, because I'm telling you right now, I don't want to buy no clothes from no bitter women. You guys look terrible on this show with this storyline. Y'all both look bitter, angry, resentful, just jealous. It's not a good look for you, especially if you're trying to sell people clothes. So maybe you need to switch up the storyline next season, because at this point, I'm not buying the little cargo pants for, my little cousin from no angry baby mama. I don't want that spirit on him. Then Erica's lawyer shows up, please. Erica's hired day player. Let me tell you something. I know a Craigslist actor when I see it. That woman was not no lawyer. She was some actor that they hired to deliver this news, because even her legal knowledge was weak. Weak. Craigslist actors. Craigslist actors. She drops this bomb that Mendices and Yandy are not really married. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Yandy said this. Maybe she knew that they were going to find out, or maybe she gave Mona this storyline for her. I don't know. It's just so weird how all this is playing out. And I'm really kind of over it, and I don't really care. But like, the lawyer tells the girls that they're not, the baby mamas, that Yandy and Medici are not really married. And they are so excited that she's a baby mama just like them. Misery loves company. Again, y'all better change up your storyline, because y'all are so miserable. Who wants to buy their child clothing from a miserable person? No one. Get it together. Then J. Adrian brings Snoop a new artist who, you know what? I don't care. So I'm going to move on. So then the geriatric creep squad meet up, and they talk about kicking Cisco out of the group or keeping him in the group. First of all, y'all not Destiny's Child, and y'all not the Babysitters Club. I don't understand why it's like 3 of you, and you're having this meeting about a member. Is this how straight men break up? Like, is this how you guys end friendships? Because with women, we just block. We block numbers, we block Facebook, we block Twitter, and we like subliminal tweet. We throw shots like that, but like, when you're cut, you're cut. We don't have meetings and, talk about bylaws, and we don't do that. When we're done, we're done. And I'm just so amazed at this old male foolishness going on my TV screen right now, because women are supposed to be dramatic. This right here, this Creep Squad debacle is dramatic, extra, and unnecessary. So Peter and Richie D and DJ Self, Gwennon, are waiting for Cisco to arrive. Cisco arrives, and then Peter says, the promoter such and such said he wouldn't work with me because of you. And then this was a good scene, right? It was a good scene for first-year actors in an urban community center play. You know what I mean? It felt very forced. None of it felt real. The dialogue was cute. I feel like if they had a little acting coach and a couple more times to run the scene, maybe we could have got some meat out of it. But it was just, Cisco's delivery was so fake. Peter's reaction was so over the top. Even DJ Self wasn't even like fully committed to the scene, because he was looking different places. If you go back and you get like screenshots of him, he's like looking everywhere else but the scene taking place in front of him. So I mean, the scene was cute. It was some good dialogue. I get that they were trying to make it like Mafia, but no, you're not. You are not Mafia. Stop it. It's embarrassing to have this whole little fiasco over this money. And Peter says, you're taking money out of my kid's mouth. Peter, you have 1 billion children. $10,000 is not going to do nothing for them. You need to work a little bit harder. So after Peter says all of this stuff, Cisco says, yeah, I did it. And he tries to be tough with, I got $5,000 in my pocket. You can come get. Oh my goodness. Nobody cares. And then Peter jumps his old behind on the table. I was afraid for his knees, because let's be real, the older you get, things start breaking down. So I'm just like, you're trying to go all out, all method with this scene, and you about to bust your ankles up, your ankles and your knees up. So calm down, Pops. Then the security jumps in and spreads them apart, and they're talking about meet me. Peter text me. I'm gonna text you where we meet. What? Y'all don't. It was so unnecessary. Mona, please, 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 get rid of this creep squad. It's so corny. So next week looks like it's going to be a filler episode, and if you've been watching my reviews, you know how I feel about filler episodes. So I don't know if I'm going to review it. I will watch it, and I'll decide then, but it just seems like a filler episode, and if I'm going to do this, I want to be entertained, and I don't really feel like they entertained me this week. But I wanted to just put this out to have something to discuss with you all, and talk about that creep squad. Get it off my TV, Mona, please. See you next week, maybe.